Hello everyone, how are you? I'm RJ Aarti Malhotra from All India Radio and connected with you through News Media 47. स्वागत करती हूँ आप सभी का स्पॉटलाइट की न्यू सीरीज में। और स्पॉटलाइट की न्यू सीरीज में हमारे साथ है हमारे प्रोफाउंड न्यू पर्सनालिटी, जिन्होंने सिर्फ अपने देश में ही नहीं बल्कि बाहर के देशों में भी अपना डंका बजाया है। जी हाँ, कहा जाता है कि एक जो इंसान की जो कामयाब जर्नी होती है वो छोटे छोटे स्टेप से शुरू होती है। आप बिल्कुल छलांग मारकर वहां तक नहीं पहुंच सकते जहां पर कामयाबी का परचम लहराया जाता है। आपको उसके लिए छोटे छोटे मिनी स्टेप्स लेने होते हैं, और जो लोग इन स्टेप्स के माध्यम से चलते हैं, दे मेक देयर वे and they prove to be the different from the thousands and millions of people. They are known as the role model. Today, I'm going to introduce you one of the very profound academician and distinguished scholar in economics, writer and advisor, Professor Dr. Ravindra Rana. Hello, Dr. Ravindra Rana. Most welcome to the Spotlight series of News Media.
Namaskar, Aarti Malhotra ji, and thank you very much for inviting me for your forum. And it is indeed a proud privilege for me to be part of your interview. And thank you and the Media 47 group and All India Radio. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's our pleasure, sir. हम आपके साथ मिल रहे हैं। और दोस्तों, मैं आपको बता दूं, प्रोफेसर रविंद्र रैना इस वक्त साउथ अफ्रीका में है। वो एक तेलंगाना के छोटे से गांव से निकलकर वहां तक की जर्नी जो उन्होंने जिस तरह से की, वो हम उनके मुंह से जरूर सुनेंगे, जानेंगे कि क्या उनके चैलेंजेस थे और क्या इंस्पिरेशन था जो उन्हें 7 समुंदर पार लेकर गया। और साथ ही ये भी जानेंगे कि क्या है उनके आगे फ्यूचर प्लान्स। So, Professor Ravindra Rana, मैं आपसे अगर बात करूं, if I talk about you, you are from the farming background, means agriculture background. Then how these academics get into your mind, and you made your mind that I have to do it. I have to do it without any sources, without any big budgets of the family resources and all that. And who was actually your inspiration, first of all, and how you could make this journey out?
Well, absolutely, it's a very good question, Aarti ji. My journey started. I come from a small village in Telangana state of India. And so that is probably now, it was part of Karimnagar district, which was part of Bhimdevarapalli Mandal, where P.V. Narasimha Rao was also our former prime minister. He also hailed from the same mandal, actually. The same Bhimdevarapalli Mandal. My village name is Errabelli, and his village name was Vangara. So we share the same mandal, actually. So that was the journey. And now, because of the new Telangana formation, it became a part of Warangal urban, that particular village. But that is the village, the Errabelli village. So I come from a humble, very subsistence farming background. My parents were farmers, and I'm also a farmer myself. I indulged in farming activities while I was a young child and while I was an adult, and so on. Well, I studied my primary school at the same village. We got UPS upper primary school in Errabelli from grade 1 to grade 7. That was 1975 to 1982. I finished. And thereafter, I moved to the nearest village because we do not have so many other towns and so many other private institutions those days. Okay. So I just moved to, there is a place called Mulkanuru. Mulkanuru, which is popularly known as, it is one of the Asia's biggest cooperative credit societies that they established. I think Vishwanath Reddy is the founder of that, and I have seen Vishwanath Reddy personally while I was a child. Well, so that was Mulkanuru. We have a JDPHS, Jilla Parishad Secondary High School, and I started in 1982, grade 8, and grade 9 and grade 10 I finished in 1985. So that was kind of journey. I used to walk almost 7 to 8 kilometers going and 8 kilometers coming. So almost 16 kilometers I used to walk, actually. Sometimes with the bare feet. Barefoot I used to walk. Yeah, with the rain and with all those, hot sun. I was just walking every day to the school, and that's how I studied my matriculation. I completed in 1985. So then as a farming child, while I was walking with the hills and the muddy roads and things like that, I was thinking that how can we change the life, of myself and my family, and also lives of some of the, fellow human beings. And then I was a very ordinary student, RTG, and I was not a brilliant student as such. So I was thinking that I have to believe in something actually. So then I begin to believe in education. Then I begin to believe in myself. Because if I believe in education, I believe in myself, then I will not be cheated. So I will not be deceived in any manner, in any standard. So that is why I went on, believing, and I tried to try my best as a school child, maybe 14, 15 years of my age. And then I studied and I passed the matriculation. I think we are very few students who passed the matriculation those days. And after the passing of matriculation, then I moved to Huzurabadu. There is a small town, which is Huzurabadu near Karimnagar district. And there I studied in government junior college from 1985 to 1987. I finished my intermediate in that particular junior college. And then my interest on education began to raise day by day. And I was trying to prepare, reading newspapers, this and that, those days, writing notes and, preparing something like competitive examinations and so on and so forth. So then I finished my intermediate, and we were almost 120 students in that class. And there are very few people, not even 10% people passed. And I was probably among the top 3 students that time. So that also motivated me. Then if I put efforts, then I can able to, raise myself as an academic student. And then I got that honor and I got that recognition, and that move pushed me, to the next level. So when I went and I admitted in Warangal, there is a Kakatiya Government Degree College in Warangal. So I was admitted into that degree program, which is part of the Kakatiya University. And then in 1987, I just admitted there as a first year degree student in Bachelor of Arts in Economics and Management and so on. And then I was trying very hard from that time onwards, probably from intermediate onwards, I was working very hard and studying very hard. So then I was excelling every time. So I also stood one of the top students in my class in my bachelor's degree. And with that, I have finished my bachelor's degree in 1990. When I completed my bachelor's degree, and then I wrote an entrance examination. We need to write an entrance examination for master's degree. So I wrote entrance exam in Kakatiya University in 1990, and I got second rank there. And when I write entrance examination at Osmania University, Hyderabad, I got 8th rank there. So then I decided I was studying all my studies in that local area within the vicinity of my home village, probably about 35 kilometers distance. So I thought, no, let me go to Hyderabad, because I'd never been to Hyderabad before in my life. Then I thought, okay, let me go to Hyderabad. And then I went to Hyderabad and I joined it to Osmania University, which is a prestigious institution, College of Arts and Social Sciences, which is also like a Taj Mahal, historical monument. There are a lot of people, while I was a student, I think even till today, people, they come and visit that particular place. So like a Taj Mahal, every day we got a lot of tourists. So there are tourists, they come and visit that particular monument, Arts College. Then I was studying there, and I feel privileged to study, in that particular institution. And then in 1992, I finished my master's in economics. And of course, I was also one of the top students there, and among the top 5. And then I did immediately after that, RTG, I started, my MPhil degree, which is a Master of Philosophy in Economics. So in Master of Philosophy in Economics, I think I got also one of the best ranks, and then I moved forward. So I finished my Masters of Philosophy in Economics. Then I admitted into PhD program in 1995. Okay. So in between, I also appeared. I thought, it's not enough. Studying economics is not enough. Then I thought, okay, let me write the entrance examination of that time. It was Andhra Pradesh state. Okay. So then I wrote an entrance examination. It was a law set exam, a law common entrance entrance test exam. I got 52nd rank in 1992. So then I admitted in Kakatiya University College of Law, University College of Law, and then I finished my LLB degree as well. So totally, RTG, I completed in addition to my PhD degree, Doctor of Philosophy in Economics with the University Best PhD Gold Medal. The gold medal is given to me as the best PhD scholar among the College of Business Management, College of Accounting Finance, and College of Economics and Social Sciences. So I stood the first among those PhD students. So I bagged that gold medal. And then I also did, all in all, 6 degrees from economics to education and law and so on. And then in 1997, Aartiji, I was always thinking that I must remain in India, even when my classmates were asking me that there are a lot of people, they are going out of the country. Why don't you go and why don't you try? Then I said, no, I love my country. I wanted to remain, and whatever position, even if I work as a small teacher, I wanted to remain in my country and I want to serve my people. That was my firm belief even until April 1997. So suddenly, I think there was some notification came. Eritrea is a country which was, I think, in a small country in Africa. It was part of Ethiopia sometime before 1991. They only got independence in 1991, May 24th. So when they issue a notification that we want lecturers and professors for that particular country, it was only 6 years old country that time. Okay. Then I thought, okay, let me try. This is a new baby, new country. Let me try and let me, explore. Then I attended the interview. Some of my professors also attended the interview, and thank God I was the one who selected. Although
but
I come from
Telugu medium, professors haven't selected for that.
Pardon?
Your professors haven't selected, and the student
That's
is
right.
selected.
Correct.
That is what I wanted to hear.
That is the blessing from the God, actually. Then that time, Aartiji, I was working for about 5 years, 1992 to 1997. I was working as a lecturer in affiliated colleges to the Usman University, and the postgraduate courses they were offering. They were also offering degree programs. So I was working in those private institutions, 1992 to 1997. And I was working in 2 different colleges, and my salary, I started with 600 rupees actually.
Okay.
While I was teaching as a part-time lecturer, and my monthly salary in 1992 was 600 rupees. And then with that 600 rupees, I was working morning shift in one college and the afternoon shift in another college. So plus minus, I was earning about 4,000 rupees around 1992 to 1997 during that 5 years period. Then I thought, no, I cannot change my life with this kind of lifestyle. Then I must change something else. Then that notification attracted my attention. Then I applied, as I said to you, that among a lot of people that appeared for the interview at Viceroy Hotel in Hyderabad, then I was the luckiest one to be selected, among that selected list. And some of my professors also, they were saying that how come you selected and we are not selected, and so on. But anyway, it's a God's grace. It was a God's grace.
I would also want to know that secret, how you got selected and your professors are not getting selected.
Well, I didn't have any fear that time. I didn't, whether I'm selected or not selected, I'm least bothered. So my confidence level is very firm and very high. And then, whatever questions that they raised, and I was boldly answering, and, without having any fear in my mind, any confusion in my mind. Probably that could be one of the, attraction to the panel members. Definitely. That they think that this Definitely. Gentleman seems to be very confident on what he's saying. Exactly. And then, that's how probably they might have chosen me. Even in terms of subject also, I try to develop, a lot of subject knowledge and so on and so forth during that 5 years teaching period of my life. And also as a student preparing for the civil services, Indian civil service, IAS and IPS, I was also preparing that time. And, my general knowledge was also fairly good enough that time. So I think all those things, combination of all those factors helped me to be one of the selected candidates in that. And then in 1997, Aartiji, I left India. And then it's been almost 24 years of my life. I've been working in other countries. I traveled to more than 42 countries across the globe.
Okay.
attending conferences, webinars, and Europe and almost all the continents, Australia to America, America to Africa, and Africa to Asia. So all those continents I traveled. It's all God's blessing. So I never ever imagined that a farmer child who come from a small village, a remote village of Telangana state of India, could raise as himself as one of the international scholars and travel to so many countries in the world and share the knowledge and wisdom and insights.
So what a inspiring journey you really had, and that's why you had been selected as in one of the most inspiring Indian by the Dr. Tilak Kanwar in his book Inspiring Indians. So this is really an amazing thing of your life, and you really amazed us with all your journey and all that. Now, what is the mantra? What is that actual mantra of your life which makes you keep motivating and exploring new things? What was that mantra till now?
Well, mantra is that, Aarti, we are all ordinary human beings. Actually, when we come to this planet, we come with nothing. And when we leave this planet also, we leave with nothing. It is the known fact. And although, we human beings, we think that everything is mine and we are going to remain here on this planet forever. And the way we work and the way we possess things, and we begin to think that we are here forever, which is not true in actual fact. So all of us, who are living, we got about 7.8 billion people living on this planet today. And all these people living on this planet in the coming 80 to 100 years period, every one of us will be leaving this world for good. But we still, we are selfish people. I mean, as a human beings, we are selfish people. But the fact of the matter is that, just to answer your question, that one must be humble. Humbleness is one of the important mantra, actually. The more you grow, the more humble you should become. That is why we always distinguish between the currency and the coins. Coins make noise all the time because they are very cheap and their value is very little. Whereas the currency notes, maybe it's a 2,000 rupee note or a 500 rupees note, whichever, they don't make noise. So meaning that when you grow big in your life, you must become more humble. So that is my first mantra that I try to, adapt myself to my life. So humbleness and honesty. No matter, honest people nowadays is very few in number. You can even find in thousands, one person also cannot be honest. So no matter whatever challenges that you faced in your life, try to be honest. And you must maintain your integrity. You must work hard. There's nothing better than the hard work, actually. Because we think that there are so many smart brains nowadays. There are engineers, there are innovators, and there are probably scientists that we have. They think that they are smarter brains. But sometimes hard worker, hard brain, or hard worker can beat the smart worker, actually. So I believe in my hard work. And probably people, they call me, my nickname is hard worker. So I don't know that is too much for me, but yeah, that's how I work hard. And even till today, on an average between 14 to 16 hours per day, I work, actually. So that is one of the hard work, humbleness, honesty, hard work, and positive attitude. So for everything, we need to develop. We see the darkness today, and darkness is not going to be permanent. And we see that light will come one day or the other day. A ray of light will glitters on us. So therefore, we need to think where it is. Darkness is not permanent. Problem is not permanent. It is the idea how to find a solution. If you are unable to, now every day we get a new day. If we are unable to find a solution to our problem, nobody else is going to find a solution, actually. Exactly. So therefore, Aarti, that we need to think, and we need to be practical in our sense that problems that we see encounter in our day-to-day life are not going to be permanent. And it is only how we see the problem. And then how do we develop the ideas to find the solution to the problem? So that is what is important. Which is very, very, pertinent to every human being's life. And we come from different backgrounds. Some people, they're born with the golden spoon in mouth, and some people born with, empty hands, with nothing actually. But we have seen even Dhirubhai Ambani that while he started his journey, and that is an inspirational journey for all of us. And he started with zero, and he raised himself before he passed on to a person who is the richest man, not only in the country, but also richest man in the Asian continent, with a contribution of 3.5% of the total GDP of India. So Indian economy is such a largest economy, and he could able to raise himself from zero, and where he was working, in smaller villages in Gujarat state, he moved to Oman, and he tries to, run a spices shop there, and doing all that, and he could able to raise himself. He has lots of challenges. In fact, at times he wants to give up everything. He was bankrupt, but he never gave up. So that is the kind of spirit one should possess, Artiji, that, life is, that is why, Bill Gates also says that when you are born poor, it is not your fault. But when you die poor, it is your fault, because God has given to you, or your parents given to you, a life. And within that lifespan, what you are doing actually, how you are doing, how you are utilizing your 24 hours time. You got 24 hours and I also got 24 hours. Nobody has got more than that. So God given the time equally to every one of us. But what we do from morning till evening within the 24 hours time, that's what will determine us. So that is basically my mantra. I should say that, A3, that is humbleness, honesty, and with integration, and then the probably hard work. Those 3 H and A. A is a positive attitude. So those are my mantras that I developed throughout my journey. And they are my friends. They are my best friends. They always stimulate me. And self-stimulation is the best stimulation, I believe.
That's really nice. Your 3H and 1A is definitely the most powerful mantras. If anyone can invite that in itself, then sky is the limit for them. Sky is the limit for them. So you have written some of the couple of books also, and you have written some journals also. So can we know about those writing of yours?
Well, Artiji, I think my passion to write the books and my articles started while I was working in Eritrea. In fact, I wrote a number of books on Eritrea. One is Eritrean Economy, Problems and Prospects for Development, and which was also available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com, which was published in 2006, almost about 15 years ago. And then I also write Financial Institutions in Eritrea. So those are the 7. As Eritrea was a young nation. And so I devoted most of my time in doing research. I was not being recognized, or I was not being encouraged by anybody else. It was only my self-motivation and God's blessings that I must do something for this young nation. So I was keeping on working, and for the, I think, 10 years of my work in Eritrea, I produced lots of articles which are published in USA, UK, and probably New Zealand, Australia, and many countries in the world. So I wrote, probably till date, I wrote more than 130 articles which were published in peer-reviewed journals across the globe. In more than 55 countries in the world, they published my articles, and including Pakistan also published my articles. So that is about, the articles that I published, Artiji. And then I also published about 10 books in different fields, particularly in economics and finance-related matters. And so that is my contribution. And most of my books also, they're available in the probably on the online platforms. So that is, and also I worked as an editor-in-chief of an international journal of education, economics, and development, which was my brainchild. I initiated the journal while I was working in Papua New Guinea as the head of the Department of Economics at Papua New Guinea University of Technology, sometimes in 2008. And then I initiated the journal, which was published by InterScience UK as well as Switzerland. They were publishing the journal. And so I served almost 8 to 10 years as editor-in-chief, a founding editor-in-chief, and we were publishing 4 issues of the journal, which was a scholarly journal, which was also Scopus Industry Journal. While I was the editor-in-chief, I was also working hard to promote the standard of the journal so that it is Scopus indexed and is also indexed in Australian Dean's Council as one of the best research journals. So that is how I tried my best. And I also associated with more than 30 odd journals as an editorial board member, as a senior editor, and an editor, and in many other capacities, RTJ, across the globe. Many of those journals are coming from developed countries, and many of them are ABDC ranking and Scopus indexed journals. I also serve as an associate editor of the African Journal of Science, Technology, Innovation and Development, which is published by Taylor and Francis Group, coming from UK actually. So those are some of my services. It's all a kind of voluntary services that we serve the academic fraternity and the research community. We don't get any money for that. We don't get any honorarium for that. We serve out of our passion actually.
That's really amazing, magnificent journey you are having. You have been traveling across the globe and you have explored so many things, and you have been the editor and advisory board members to so many countries. That's really amazing. It was wonderful listening to you. Now, we chalte because we are at the last edge of the program. What are your future goals? Though I think you have done already, you already have done so many things. Still, are there anything left? Something is left. Kuch reh gaya hai. What are your future goals?
Well, RTJ, I think for every journey that we always have, we always had a small beginnings. And, every journey starts with one single step. And probably I started my journey more than 3 decades ago. And then I tried my best as an individual, as a human being. We only can try our best, actually. There is nothing, the outcome of our journey is not in our hand, but we keep on trying our best things.
Exactly.
So I was actually, I started my journey as a farmer or a child of the farming community. Now I reached to this level as a professor, as an internationally known academician. Even my citations, actually, if you look at the Google citations, and among the social scientists, having more than 1,050 is a very rare achievement. So having an H index and I-10 index of 37 is also rare. Even many of our vice chancellors and directors of IITs and IIMs, they don't have, if they are coming from social science background. They may not have what we have achieved. So it was a honest attempt. It was a humble attempt that I was trying. So it's a blessing from the God that, these recognitions, they come. And I also received quite a few awards and, in different corners of the world, from America, from Namibia, and, the rest of the world. So this is, and also University Gold Medal itself is a kind of testimony that I could able to offer something unique. So these are some of the things, RTG. But now coming to your question, that the journey that I'm going to be 52 years now. So after in the coming 13, 14 years when I retire, maybe I got a bachelor's degree in law. So I did law out of my passion, just to understand, because I was also one of the civil servant aspirant. I want to become an IAS officer. So being an IAS officer, if you know the law, and you can also perform as a better administrator. So that was one of my primary tasks. That's why I finished my LLB degree about 25, 26 years ago. But now I'm thinking that because in the rural part of India, so many people, they do not know what is their legal right is all about. So I think that, at least I can go to some of those rural communities, those who cannot afford to pay for their legal fees. And then maybe I can try to develop, probably an awareness among the people and try to provide the free services, legal services. So probably that is one of the notion that I have. And I also work with an NGO called To Love Children, which is based in America. And I'm the board member for that.
Okay.
Some villages in Africa, in Asia, some maybe in India, in one of the villages in India. So we adapt and we try to empower the youth, empower the women, empower the children, and do little things and giving some kind of motivation. The best thing that you can do as an individual, RTG, that you can give your time, because time is very precious. It is more precious than the money. The money comes and goes. Yes. But your time doesn't come back to you again in your life. So now if you look at Steve Jobs, for example, He is one of the richest man, and he set up a industry, Apple industry, which is more than 700, 800 billion dollars industry. So, but he didn't have any time actually. Even while he was lying on the deathbed, he was saying, if I live one more day extra, I will give up everything. But he couldn't able to survive. So what I'm saying is that the time is very precious. Then I would like to give my time, which is more than money itself. So that is the kind of perspective, that is my future plan. And when you do anything and everything with your honesty and humbleness, and without expecting any benefit actually, then God will definitely bless you. And recognition is not a necessary phenomena here. As long as you serve, serving the people is serving the God.
Exactly.
So that is the kind of principle I believe, Artiji, and then that is why we believe in that Manava Seva Ye Madhava Seva. I don't know, in Sanskrit you understand that serving the human beings is serving the God actually.
Serving the God actually. Thank you so much, Mr. Rena. Today you joined with us on News Media 47 in the Spotlight series, and you shared your whole journey, which is definitely a very motivating journey and must have inspired millions of people across around you and across around globe. We wish you good luck for the future prospects also. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure, Artiji. Thank you so much for inviting me to your platform, and good luck to you. And you are doing also a great job. And I wish you good luck for all your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So listeners, we were joined with Professor Ravinder Rena, who is an profound academician and is a distinguished scholar in economics, writer and advisor. And he, by his journey, told us that nothing is impossible, everything is possible. The only thing is you have to go with the principles. You have to be very stubborn with your work. You have to believe yourself. You got to master your life by your own. So ऐसी ही पर्सनालिटी से आपको और भी रूबरू कराते रहेंगे स्पॉटलाइट की सीरीज में। फिलहाल मुझे यानी आरती मल्होत्रा को दीजिए इजाजत। नमस्कार। Stay safe, stay healthy. Yeah.
Thank you.